remember, we started this night off for the casual fan with two names nobody knew shit about, right?
Yeah, but Erickson,
listen, they could have put Dawson Fonfara on
no
first
one
and
knew
set that up. They know who Dawson is. The casual fan knows who Chad Dawson is.
5 years ago.
And the Mexican fans, trust me, every Mexican fan from here to South America knows who Andres Fonfara is. That's true.
You're in love with that fight, Lee. Look at Lubin.
I'm not in love with that fight.
Yes, you are.
From a promotional standpoint,
well, they're trying
I got a guy
who
fought Chavez Jr., right? And beat him. So I'm getting the Mexican fans. And I've got Chad Dawson, who's got name recognition.
Listen.
And then I go to the main event, which for the
Lubin's undefeated. Lubin's 21 years old. Lubin just put him
from a fucking hole.
It doesn't matter. Now he's about to fight Charlo for the belt. That's two undefeated fighters.
I don't want to be a dick, but not many people know who Charlo is. He fights on a showbox card.
On paper, when you put this fight on CBS and put it in the big, people will be attracted to two undefeated fighters, one of them being called the champion, than they are Andrade Fonfara getting another shot at Adonis Stevenson, who he's already lost to. There's nothing there. There's nothing.
No, I agree with you. I'm just
so that's why
talking
Lubin,
about getting bigger numbers.
That's why Lubin was in the co-main event.
If I'm doing a CBS fight card, right? This is all about making money and sponsors, and that's all this is about. Fuck eyes on the sport. Okay, we're just talking eyes on PBC. I'm going with the two biggest names as the co-main event, right? And then for the main event, I can only hope that they deliver. And at the beginning, they deliver enough that people are dialed in for the whole fight, which makes your sponsors happy, which makes CBS happy. I understand what you're saying. I'm not naive to the structure of what they did. It was dumb.
Well, it's not because Danny Garcia and Keith Thurman worked. Look at before this fight, I'm sitting here talking about none of these guys have really faced the legit top contenders of the welterweight division, yet we're supposed to call this fight the best one of the welterweights. And guess what? They broke the record last night on the most seats filled at the Barclays Center for a boxing match. All right? Over 16,000 fans showed up for that fight. It worked. Al Heyman got him by. They didn't have to fight Bradley. They didn't have to fight Marquez. They didn't have to fight Pacquiao or Mayweather. We still called it the best. So his project worked last night, and he's gonna do it again with Charlo.
Wait, I'm gonna give you proof that this didn't work. Okay, I mean, yeah, on the surface it's gonna look like it, and the numbers are gonna be inflated. But you want my proof that this really didn't work? And this is my stone cold. Everybody, listen close. Here's my proof. You ready? This is my proof that the PBC thing still doesn't work, even when you put two top names in. You ready? Is this at the end of the day about making money?
Well, yeah, but you can't make money in this sport without having a superstar.
Correct.
Okay, there's only about 1% of the top fighters that make money.
Superstars in the ring. They've got their two superstars in the ring, right?
Keith Thurman went to another level last night.
Hold on. This isn't about promoting boxers, Andrew.
Okay.
This is about me as a promoter and me putting eyes on the product. Fuck these two guys in the ring. John Smith and John Doe fought, okay, for a unification bout. Okay, this is about me getting top dollar, top sponsors. You want to know what my top sponsors were last night? Kung Fu Tea and Specialized fucking Surgical, SSN, or whatever the fuck that was. Are you fucking kidding me? It looked like minor league boxing with the sponsors they had, Andrew. That's what I saw on TV.
Well, you're talking about a guy that looks for that. Most fans aren't looking for who's sponsoring the event.
When I go to a baseball game, okay? When I go to a baseball game, a football
I don't look for the commercials.
I'm not telling you about the commercials. I'm telling you about the look and the perception of my product. When I'm sitting at Dodger Stadium,
there was 16,000 people.
Oh, Andrew,
come on. Now that wasn't good, right?
You're back to the boxers. I'm not disagreeing. They were there for the boxers. I'm convinced you can put 16,000 people together for two top contenders anywhere in the country.
No, well, that's a lie. The 16,000 wouldn't have showed up to Vegas.
If Deontay Wilder fought whoever the not WBO, he's not going to fight Joshua, but you get my point. Like, he's going to draw a number anywhere. I mean, it's going to happen at most of the weight classes that are. It's going to happen at middleweight. It's going to happen at welterweight, or any of the welterweights, any of the middleweights, and any of the heavyweightish type fights or light heavyweights, and that's reality. That's fucking reality. Two guys unifying belts are going to draw 16,000. My point is, I am a promoter.
Ward
my
Kovalev
job
did
is to give a look to my product. Okay? That's the bottom line. And what I saw last night was Al Heyman having a fucking garage sale for Kung Fu Tea and a fucking specialized surgical hospital. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't care about that. I didn't even see that, Lee.
Really?
That's not why I watched last night.
Looking at the product now on your Facebook page.
That's not what I like. That's not why I watched. I watched for the fight, and the fight was good.
Let me give you a question, okay? This is real. Forget the guys that are in the ring. The big center marquee, which was Corona Extra last night, right? If that had said, I don't know, Tampico Special Juice instead of Corona, you're telling me your expectations aren't lower not knowing who these two guys are? Because the casual fans don't know who these two fucks are. I mean, that's the truth. Casual fans don't know.
You're talking about the absolute person that does not watch the sport at all. And
that's what you're hoping for on CBS, Andrew.
No, I know a lot of fans that don't watch the sport that were watching last night because of these.
People who don't watch sports aren't looking and going, what the fuck is Kung Fu Tea on a fucking prime? Like, you're not going to see. This is the Super Bowl of our sport, Andrew, and we got Kung Fu Tea.
I wouldn't go that far. I don't think anyone called it the Super Bowl.
Tell me the last
Super Bowl. Come on, Lee.
Tell me the last time we had.
These guys haven't even been. This was a great prime time fight, right? This is what Al Heyman has been trying to build. Let's give him credit for building it.
Okay.
Last night.
Okay. Wait. Let me give you a different example. Because if it was Kovalev Ward on CBS or NBC or ABC, do you personally think that Rock Nation, right, along with K2, is going to have Kung Fu Tea and Specialized Surgical Network?
Or I don't know why that matters so much today.
It's the look of the product, dude. I'm just telling you, it looked.
Well, when I start seeing people call me and go, you know what? Fight was decent, but I really can't stand the fact that Kung Fu products.
It's not that. It's a subconscious thing, Andrew. And I get that you're watching the fighters like a fucking lunatic. I get that, and so am I. But trust me when I say this, the casual fan is looking at the setting.
Don't you understand?
If you're this is
last night. The people watching that got to watch a world-class unification match for free. Don't you get that? That's what Al Heyman was trying to bring back to TV.
I'm just saying,
it finally worked.
A unification bout in a fucking swap meet.
It was not. I don't believe that at all. That's Lee's opinion. It's not mine. I don't know, Lee. It looked
swap meet. He sold to anybody. He had no fucking regard for what he was selling and what those logos would look like or what it would do to the product. It was fucking shitty swap meet selling. And I'm telling you this, no way Top Rank has a floor mat that looks like that for one of their fights. Okay? No way. Let's go with Bellator. Okay? On Spike. Bellator sells every inch of their mat and every ring post.
Who cares? Bellator don't make shit. Who cares about Bellator?
I'm just telling you, looks and perception wise, the product they're advertising.
I like the look of the fight, okay? The look, you know what? Let me tell you, if that fight would have ended in the first round, then I would have been upset, okay? If Danny Garcia would have got knocked out within 3 minutes, then it's a bullshit night. Lee, we seen a great fight. Danny Garcia, well, he was losing the whole night, was never out of it. Like I said, Thurman didn't get through this clean. He was punched. He had his eye was nicked up.
I'm just telling you that fight was in a swap meet last night.
Okay.
And it was a good fight. I'll even be fair. It was an okay fight. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'll be nice. I'll give it a 7.
And I think if you're a Keith Thurman fight, what an awesome
Oh, if you're a Keith Thurman fan, you got a heart on this morning.
That's what I mean, Lee.
But how many Keith Thurman fans are there?
Oh, shit.
No, seriously, because he's not outspoken. He's not showing his dick.
You're right.
He's not fucking strippers.
If you noticed, everyone in the PBC was in Danny's corner. I did notice
they are.
that.
The announcers were. The fucking referees.
Yeah, I know. I seen that.
You know why? Because Danny Garcia is Conor McGregor.
Well, he's their model. Yeah, he
right.
fits the model a lot better.
He's the Adrian Broner from Philadelphia.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
The only thing Danny can do now to revive his career is go fuck a stripper on videotape.
No, I don't. You know, Danny
Maybe
has
video at that. I mean, you really got to one up it based on what's going on in boxing news.
What I'm hoping is that Danny don't go backwards now and start fighting cherry-picked opponents.
Yeah, of course he is.
I know,
that's all
right?
He's good at.
And
he doesn't have to leave Philadelphia, and that's what he should do, because that's all he is. Pick up the WF belt, right? The World Boxing Federation, the same one that Roy has. Just lower your expectations and fight at the level you're at. That's what Danny Garcia should do. He's not an elite fighter. He's a piece of shit with no fucking action. I'll even qualify this for anybody.
Third loss.
For all the Danny Garcia fans. Yes, I think Danny Garcia can kick my ass. Okay, there. When it comes to competing at this level, he's a fucking joke. Danny Garcia is a fucking joke.
And on being honest, everyone, he probably had, he was not.
Come on, Andrew. I watched a guy have to fight for 8 rounds to beat him. That's really all he did. He just fought for 8 rounds.
Well, and Keith Thurman did, like I said.
Legit ghosted. By his own admission, he said, I thought I had that much of a lopsided lead. I agree with him.
He boxed his ass off. And sometimes in these nights, that's what happens. Leonard Duran, too. What happened in that fight? Why did Duran quit? Because Leonard boxed his ass off.
Right.
In Trinidad De La Hoya, they robbed him, okay? I'm not a De La Hoya fan. I was actually going for Trinidad that night. Swear to God. After Oscar De La Hoya embarrassed Chavez in the rematch, started doing the Tiger Woods bullshit, telling Chavez to get out of his corner and all that, I was not a fan of Oscar going into the Trinidad fight. I thought Oscar beat the shit out of Trinidad. What? I'm being honest. He boxed his ears off. So sometimes in these big fights, this is what happens. Yes, sometimes you get Hearns versus Leonard and Hagler versus Hearns. Sometimes it turns into that too. But on most nights, the better boxer will win these fights, these big matchups, because everybody is so nervous going in. No one wants to make a mistake.
Wait, Andrew, I'll go further than that. I think Thurman put in the work. I think Thurman was the man.
He's better. He's better Lee than I gave him credit for.
Oh, no,
I'm serious.
I expected it.
I expected him to win. I didn't expect all the feints. I didn't expect the feet move. Like you said, 12 rounds he moved, Lee, and he actually moved more in the last 4.
And it was obvious he trained harder.
He took it up a level.
Yes, that's what elite level fighters do. And going into this fight, I thought I had 2 shit bags, finding out who was the less shitty one. What I found out was Keith Thurman was exactly what I thought the first time I saw him fight on a PBC card, which was, this guy's different than the rest of these porn-producing, bottom-dwelling,
I also got another name.
Bullshit fighters that are signed.
I got another name. Keith Thurman really wants to hit it while it's hot. There's a guy named Miguel Cotto right now who's looking for an opponent. Here's
the problem. He's PBC. Okay, so Al's gonna fucking milk this, and he's not gonna fight anybody for.
He's not
gonna fight anybody.
Then this will be the downfall of Al Heyman. Right. If this is true, we'll always remember this show with you saying that, because that should be the downfall of him. There's no way
follow-up fight is against nobody.
Another Russian with like 23-0.
Yeah, all he's got to be is in the top 10 of either one of those 2 belts.
And really, let me flip-flop real fast, Lee. I'm going to go back to the first fight, because that kind of matchmaking is what made the Lubin fight a notch lower on being a showcase.
It was a joke. The Lubin fight was a joke.
Ray Leonard was way too honest in the first round. When you're saying stuff like, this guy doesn't know how to fight like a professional, he doesn't have an amateur background, his feet are too wide, you can telegraph his punches, Lubin should knock him out. Like, all of this came in the first 3 minutes, Lee.
Yeah, and by the way, they calmed him down for the second fight. Like, by the way, hire Sugar Ray Leonard.
Right, yeah, he's going to tell you
by the way, let him
is.
say whatever the shit he wants. Like, I'm totally down with Ray Leonard saying whatever he wants, whenever he wants. But they obviously said something to him, because he didn't say boo in that second fight.
I'm just saying a little bit too honest.
Did he say anything controversial in that second fight that I missed?
I didn't know. I didn't think it was there for it. Look at the action.
Oh, yeah, it was.
The action was there, Lee.
No, it wasn't.
The first 3